It's another glorious day here in the UK, folks. Where have I come? I am in a little place called Swallowcliffe, just outside of Salisbury. And why have I come here? Well, regular viewers of the channel will know that last week I visited Jeremy Clarkson's pub up in Oxfordshire and gave that an updated review. Quite liked it. Not perfect, but not bad. Got me thinking. I know his erstwhile friend and colleague James May also owns a pub right here in this village of Swallowcliffe, near to Salisbury. And it's just there. It's called the Roal Oak. Now, if you haven't seen the Jeremy Clarkson video, go back and take a little look at that, because what I'm going to do here is kind of compare and contrast the two. I'm going to review this as a standalone thing, but where I see things that can be compared, I will do so, and we'll work out which of the two has the best pub in the world, as Jeremy would probably like to say. I'm sure he thinks he has. Does he though? There's the question. Anyway, let's get inside, get some lunch. Actually, it's a nice day. I might sit in the garden. We'll see. So folks, I had a little walk through the pub and it looks beautiful in there. But on a day like today, you really want to be sitting out in the fresh air, in the garden. And they've got a beautiful little garden area here out the back. Plenty of shade from a big oak tree, which I guess gives the pub its name. There is seating available outside the front of the pub as well, by the, I call it a main road, as much as a main road goes through this tiny little village. They're out in the sunshine, those ones, and I just fancied something a little shadier, so that's what I've done. Oh, super job. Excellent, thank you very much, appreciate that. Yeah, I am ready to order, yes. I would like the trout to start with, please. Okay. And then I'll take the bacon chop main, please.
Any allergies at all?
None whatsoever, thank you.
Fantastic. We can leave that with you and I'll go and put
Yeah,
it in.
okay, super job. Thanks very much, appreciate that. Nice efficient service there. Obviously I'd already ordered my beer before I started talking to you. This is from the Sixpenny Handley Brewery just up the road. Nice local beer. And yeah, as you've heard there, I've decided to order the gin cured chalk stream trout. That comes with cucumber, citrus creme fraiche, fennel and a trout roe dressing. Sounds nice and light and fresh and summery, doesn't it? And then, because obviously we had the gammon up at Jeremy Clarkson's place, I've gone for the crispy bacon chop here. It's about the closest thing I could find to anything I had up there. That here, though, is served with capers, lily peppers, gherkin and parsley jus, a rocket and pickled shallot salad, and fries. So that sounds a little bit more gourmet than just the gammon with a little cider cream sauce and a bit of crushed potato and some veg, doesn't it? So I'm wondering whether this is going to be a slightly more elevated gastronomic experience than we had at Clarkson's place. I'm guessing probably it is. Anyway, a little sip of this beer. Oh, that's nice. And what's nice about this place, it's out in the countryside, and all the beers they keep, the proper beers, ales, are all under 4% in volume. So you can have one without having to worry too much about the drive home. Smart that. So my starter has come out, and relatively quickly after ordering, I have to say. What do we have here on the plate? You can see this beautiful trout here. Really bright, vibrant colour to it. We have some fennel shaved over the top of it. We have the cucumber. It's not cornichon, it's little cucumber pickled. And then we have the dressing with the trout roe and a little bit of citrus creme fraiche. And immediately you get a little bit of that citrus aroma and some of the pickling from that cucumber as well. It looks so inviting. Really light, really summery. I think it's going to be tasty. So let's take a bit of this trout by itself first. Not too thinly sliced, so it's going to have a nice little bite to it. And it does. Oh, that's nice. Got a very gentle kind of curing to it. You can't pick up gin as such, but there is a sort of sweetness and almost a little berry kind of note behind it. I've got some of the dressing on it now. Those little trout roe things. It's almost like having a bubble tea or something. The tiny little bubbles, and they burst in your mouth as you chew on them. Then you've got the dressing here with the creme fraiche. It's such a light, summery kind of dish. Perfect for a day like today. Let's go with some of the fennel as well. It's nice when you're in a place that truly kind of understands the seasons and what things are appropriate to eat, depending on the time of year. So that fennel is also pickled. Nice little sharp, vinegary hit there. This is a really nice little start to a meal. Now this plate of food is £11 as a starter. Now if you remember at Clarkson's place, we were paying £10.50 I think for the tomato salad and £11 for the brie. Don't know, I think I prefer this to either of those dishes. It's got a really, really good flavour and it's very nicely designed. I want you to come in and have a little look at this trout roe. I think it's interesting. Come and take a look. So you can see them here on the plate. It's these little orange balls. And then you've got the nice little diced up shallot and stuff in the dressing. Really nice, colourful, light, and appealing, inviting dish, isn't it? Okay, folks, I'm enjoying this. I'm going to finish this up, and then we'll come back when the main course arrives. The bacon chop. That sounds good to me. Okay folks, my main course has arrived, and take a little look at this. It really does look attractive, doesn't it? So we've got this little salad on the top there with the rocket and shallot. The crispy pork is because they've panade it, that you can see in a little breadcrumb there, and then cooked it off. And we've got the little peppers and capers and whatever in the jus there, and served separately in a little side thing here. We have the fries, which look lovely and crispy. Oh, and they certainly are. That's a very good fry, that. And that is a fry, not a chip. Okay, because it's long and thin. Chips are chunky. So let's not have that argument in the comment section today, shall we? These are fries. So let's move on to this main dish here. I'm going to move the salad to one side for a second, so that we can get into this this pork and see it a bit better. In fact, why don't you come and take a little closer look? So here it is. You can see the breading on the top here, which is a nice golden colour, possibly a touch darker around the edges there. But I don't know if you can hear that. It's lovely and crispy. We've got the jus all around it with these little diddy peppers in and some herbs there. Yeah, this looks right up my Strasse. Okay, I'm dealing with a little bit of local wildlife here. The wasps have started to take an interest in what's going on, so best we get on with it, huh? God, there's a load of capers in this little dressing here. They're going to add a really nice piquancy to it. Obviously, being a bacon chop, it can be quite rich, quite salty. So something that kind of cuts through that is going to be really welcome, I think. But here we go. Let's try this bacon first off. Can you hear that crunch? That is very, very tasty. Nice and salty. Tell you what, this bacon chop here has got a lot more flavour than the gammon had at Clarkson's place. Just feel a lot more intense. Let's try this with a bit of the dressing as well. Here we go. So we're going to get into this dressing. I'm going to get some of these capers on here. And that really does work. Oh yes, just cutting through the salty richness. That works very, very nicely. Now, how do they describe these little peppers on the menu? They are lily peppers. Interesting. Very sweet. And they kind of feel like they should have a little bit of chilli behind them, but they don't really. Just a very, very, very gentle kind of chilli heat to it. Let's try that with the pork. See how that works. It's great because you're getting different flavours, different textures. These peppers, they kind of burst in your mouth a little bit. The capers, giving that little sharpness. Let's try it with a bit of rocket as well, and the shallot. This is a very well thought out dish. Very well presented. And you can tell everything has been done fresh to order. That is simply delicious. The kind of jus, the gravy around it, is rich without being overpowering. All the little elements around it are there for a reason. The rocket adds a little pepperiness. It's clever. What we're going to do is try the fries in this gravy as well. It works. The other thing to bear in mind, this dish on the menu here is £20. The gammon with the crushed potatoes and the cabbage and the carrot and whatever, at Clarkson's was £22, so this is £2 cheaper. And it's definitely a more refined dish, isn't it? I've got to say, very, very impressed so far. Right gang, I have my dessert. Take a little look at this. Here we go, the Bakewell tart, made on the premises apparently. Lovely toasted almonds on the top there. And here we have the pink champagne sorbet and some raspberries on the side as a little garnish. A very, very attractive looking little dessert. Served with possibly the longest spoon I've ever seen. Normally these are for like ice cream sundaes or something, aren't they? You have to dig down the bottom. Quite a shallow plate. Don't think I'll be needing to do that, will I? There we are. Let's put it that way round for you to see. That's kind of more the presentation side, I suppose. So let's start with this sorbet. Looks very nicely made. I'm trying to get a bit without any nuts or anything in there at this stage, just to try the sorbet by itself. Very light, very refreshing. Oh yeah, that's rather nice. I like that. It's quite sweet, but yeah, very, very light, very summery. And very icy. It's making my teeth kind of itch. Let's come around this way so we can see the Bakewell tart in all its glory. God, it feels nice and sort of soft and squidgy. You got the layer of the raspberry jam down there and the pastry. My long spoon gives me enough leverage to get through there so easily. Wow, that's really very, very tasty. So of course the Bakewell tart, you've got almond in this cake, just like a sort of frangipane kind of thing. And it all comes together into this lovely almondy kind of flavour. And then you've got the toasted almonds on the top, which again enhance that flavour, but also add texture to it. I bet not many of you guessed that I was going to pick this. When you looked at that menu, how many of you, be honest, said I was going for the sticky toffee pudding? This is one of the few puddings that for me competes with the sticky toffee. You don't see it on a lot of menus. The raspberry coulis there is made, oh dear me, got a fly coming in. The raspberry coulis there is clearly made freshly on site here. Very, very fresh tasting, very intense raspberry flavour. Do you know what? This is cracking. I had the rhubarb cake at Clarkson's, didn't I? And that was really, really tasty. After those 2 courses, I'm pretty full, it has to be said. Do you think there's any chance of me leaving any of this behind? Not a chance. No more food for me for the rest of the day after this. That's going to be my lot. You know what? Normally, at the end of a video, I'll go and find somewhere else to film the outro. But it's just really nice here. So I thought I might as well sit here and do it. Got my bill here. So let's run through this. The pint here of the 6-penny Handley Best Bitter, £5.30. Bit cheaper than £7, isn't it? The cured trout, £11. The bacon chop dinner was £20, and that Bakewell tart dessert was £9. We do have a service charge on here of 12.5%, bringing the total to £50.97. Now at Jeremy Clarkson's place, we paid just over £103, I think. But of course that was just with 1 dessert shared between 2. So this comes in, I think, slightly cheaper than Clarkson's place. And slightly better, in my opinion. I think the quality of the food here is a notch up in terms of what's on the plate. I'm not knocking Jeremy again for what he's doing with British farmers, and I'm sure he's paying some premium prices for his ingredients. I just think the actual meal here is a better meal. I think the garden is calmer. It's busied up now. Obviously, it's nowhere near as busy as Jeremy's place is. But it's a nice crowd, a nice little atmosphere here in the beer garden. One of my favourite places I've been on the channel, I think. This is kind of my ideal, quintessential English country pub. So you could just pop and have a nice pint in the beer garden if you were in the area. Or if you wanted a really nice treat, come and get a meal. Not cheap, of course. You know, 3 courses and a drink has cost me £50 with the service. But every once in a while, you've got to treat yourself, haven't you? And if you're going to, you want to come to a place like this, because it's absolutely worth it. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Which of the 2 pubs would you rather come to? Would you rather come to Jeremy Clarkson's place up in Oxfordshire with all the crowds and the farm shop and all that sort of thing? Or would you rather come here to the Roal Oak James May's pub down in Swallowcliffe near Salisbury? It's an easy choice for me. Give me this place every single time. Not saying that I wouldn't call it to Jeremy's if I was in the area, but this is kind of the point I was trying to make the other day. This is nearer to me than Jeremy Clarkson's pub. This is probably about, I don't know, 3/4 of an hour to an hour away from where I live. I'd come here. I would come here. I'd come here again. No problem at all. Absolutely love it. Fabulous place. Fabulous food. Got to give it a score, haven't I? Can I fault it anywhere? And the only thing that I wasn't too keen on, and again, this is personal taste, there was a bit too much shallot in that dressing on the trout dish. Now that's being picky, isn't it? That is being picky. But in fairness, I was being picky up at Jeremy's place too. So for me, I think this has got to be a 4.8 out of 5. I think 4.8 is a fair score. It's really nice here. If you're in the area, if you're anywhere down near Salisbury, look it up. It's tucked away in the countryside. But if you find it, I think you're going to love it. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling on. I'm sure there'll be people in the comment section saying, oh, you talk too much. I know, but when I find something I really like, you can't shut me up, can you? Does it get Greeno's green light? Yes, it does. And on that note, I'm going to be signing off. If you'd like and subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, you know how to do all these things. I'd be really grateful. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now, folks.